it's Monday night. I tap that, you know I would. Great cigars, great talk, yeah, it's all good. From the lounge to the show, let's spark up the night. Cigar talk, burn slow, everything's right. Legends and makers, they stop on by, sharing the secrets, the craft, the why. From the rollers to the blenders, they tell their tales. Pair it up with spirits, let the smoothness sail. Wrapper, binder, alright. Flavor notes hit just right. Retro hail, take it slow on the I Tap That Cigar Show. I tap that, you know I would. Great cigars, great talk, yeah, it's all good. From the lounge to the show, let's spark up the night. Cigar talk, burn slow, everything's right. So cut it, toast it, take that draw. Kick back, relax, break out the humidor. If you love cigars, well now you know. It's the I Tap That Cigar Show.
It is not the I Tap That Cigar Show. Welcome to the Puff and Ponder podcast. I'm like singing about halfway through the intro. I'm like, oh crap, we got the wrong intro.
I
but
was wondering. I
just-
thought maybe it was me. I thought you had a different agenda, Kev.
my foot was tapping. I was singing, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna let this one ride out. What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop Kerr, Stogie Road Cigars. Oh, the Puff and Ponder podcast, where conversations ignite. About 2 weeks ago, I was at work, and in the background of the music, nobody knows what's on the radio unless it stops. Then you're like, wait, what the hell's up with that silence?
Right.
But I was singing the intro to the song, and I'm like, oh wow, that's like really close to the intro or so, like the tune was there. I'm like, I wonder if AI took that from something, but yeah, it was like a Weird Al song. I wasn't singing the real lyrics, I was singing our lyrics.
Weird.
It's awesome. Yeah, I can't like a surgeon every time that, because we was all, like a surgeon cutting for the very first time. I know all the Weird Al songs. I can sing them all.
Weird Al.
Weird
Al, he's pretty creative too. I mean, for where he started off and then where he how big he got. Just doing another one rides the bus.
Another one rides the bus. The movie. Did you see the movie? The Weird Al movie was fucking fantastic.
Oh, that was hilarious. It was great.
So oh my god,
done in Weird Al way.
Yep.
But yeah, another one rides a bus. He started that just on a show. On like
Dr. Called in Dr. Demento, the radio show.
Demento, yeah.
So it's great. So what's going on, Kerr? How you doing?
Yeah, man. A little long Monday. Cold, rainy. But other than that, there was a good weekend of football. Couple of upsets here and there. The college football rankings are out. I gotta say, man. Usually, I'm kind of like, Indiana looks like they are for real.
Yeah, they look
tough squad, man.
They looked like they were for real a couple of years ago, and then they got beat down by Ohio State, and Ohio State showed them like, oh hey, maybe you weren't that you weren't that good.
I agree. I remember that, but yeah, they are. I don't know. They're looking pretty good. You told me Dave Portnoy said that there is a path for the Michigan Wolverines to make it to the playoffs. And that works out.
He was going on and on about, we always beat little brother. And I saw a clip on Facebook years ago, and is Michigan State, and it was Michigan lost in like the final. And remember that one weird kid with the red hair, and he's on TV like, and it's like, you don't ever make a face. You don't ever, I mean, you need to be stone cold when your team loses, because if that camera gets on that kid, it was 10 years ago. That kid's still being remembered for that stupid close up.
That's funny. Yeah, it's but yeah, I mean, it's the game that I'm interested that's coming up is Georgia, Florida.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be tough. You know, if you were talking to the Pennsylvanians about 5 weeks ago or whatever, they were looking forward to the Ohio State game. That's the one that's going to be the big determiner because we're number 2. Now it's number 1 ranked Ohio State versus unranked Penn State.
Unranked,
no coach. So
yeah, that looks like they were saying today the Penn State's going to go after oh crap, who was the coach that got fired? Brian Kelly. So they're gonna I think Brian Kelly's a good coach, but yeah,
Gruden, they're gonna get Gruden.
Gruden's never coming back. He's making so much money in the he's got that, plus he's got that big lawsuit with the NFL, which just got approved to go to jury trial, which the NFL's been trying to keep that out of, trying to get that to mediation, and they finally got it approved to go to jury, because that means everything in discovery, all this shit comes out. All the shit that the NFL's been doing for the last 20 years, especially against Gruden, all comes out in trial. So they need to settle. They need to pay Gruden like $50 million, and say, shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. But I don't think Gruden wants it. I think he wants to save his reputation. He left as a racist. That's what some people still see him as, and he doesn't need the money. So yeah, he's gonna ride that one, I think, all the way to the end. Even if he loses, all the shit will come out.
Yeah, and I think that's to your point. When you're in that situation, you kind of left in that in disgrace like that. You definitely want your comeuppance. So it'll be interesting. I found myself last night for the first time in a long time being a Steelers fan, rooting for the Steelers, and they lost. Yeah, and Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers. They lost.
I like the backup. It's like he's a Ohio State quarterback, so he was our last year. So I'm rooting for the Steelers.
Different reasons, but yeah, they looked. I'll tell you what. Last night and last week, the Steelers' defense is for shit. They were always known as they're having a great defense, man. I'll tell you, they were horrible, just downright terrible. And then in my area, I turn on like, okay, I'm gonna watch the Eagles Giants, which Scotty got a pretty nasty ass injury.
Yeah,
I click on the TV and I'm like, oh, do I want to watch the Dolphins Falcons game, or do I want to watch the Bills Panthers game? What a two shit freaking options I was given.
Yeah, I know. Just I don't even want to talk about the fucking Dolphins.
Well, Dolphins won at least.
I know. They just.
I mean that, but still, I'm going to watch them play the Falcons. I mean, my market. We're close to Atlanta. We're close to freaking Carolina Panthers. I'm like, I don't want to be close to either one of these. I'd like to reestablish my zip code.
John, Dolphins are killing me. I know. 2 years ago, John, man, we were looking up. We last year we were going to the Super Bowl. No.
The youngest coach and tomfoolery era is over.
Yeah,
gotta go. That's not flying anymore. The Jets are no longer winless.
Yeah.
And the Bengals had the opportunity to freaking actually, move ahead in that division since the Steelers lost. But I mean, listen, it's pro football. I watch it to watch it, and if I don't get a good game, I'll watch a shitty game, or I'll sit there and I'll watch the red zone and then sit there and ask, like they had the big injury to Scadaboo, and they're like, let's rewatch this flag route that the receiver for the Browns ran. I'm like, what? No, I want to see this kid's dislocated ankle.
Yeah. I don't know. Buckeyes had a bye week, and I worked Saturday, and I only had Sunday off because I had to work today. So I didn't get to watch any football. I tried to get, I had all my weekend chores all had to do in one day yesterday. So, and I really didn't want to do anything. So
Dr. Rodriguez, what's going on, my friend?
What's going on, Doc? Doc sent me some of his new cigars. Oh my God, Kerr, that new Insomnia. It is.
Dr. Rodriguez, you lose my fucking address, man. I mean, I call you, I text you, I see how you're doing. I worry about you when you're out of the country. That's all right, man. I get it.
It's legit, and I'm not just because it's Doc Rodriguez. I'm putting that cigar up there with what's, and I told Doc this of what Saka makes, what Davidoff is making. Oh. That cigar is just unbelievable. GTO cigars. The Insomnia, you got to find it. The band is hilarious, so
I see it in my mailbox. It's gonna have low ratings. I mean,
yeah, the cigar is seriously good.
Well, I'm glad. Dr. Rodriguez makes good cigars. He's a good guy too. I give him a hard time. Yeah.
Speaking of cigars, what are you smoking, Kerr?
I'm smoking a Lancero. I'm smoking the end of my Sandela Lancero.
Oh, right on. I'm smoking cigar number 1 from the Cigar Prop 10-year anniversary at Test Blends, which we did pick out our the one that we want to make. So I'm probably going to put together some of the other test blends and put together a package for you, Kerr, and see which one you liked, and then
it'll be nice.
See if that
cigars from friends,
So see if you also picked out the one that I did, and then we've got I'm thawing out one of the real good trash, the ones that we've been hanging on to, because they were over humidified. So I wonder what this is. I took it out of the cooler. So
did you
see what?
Did you finally follow some sage advice from your good friend Kerr?
Nope. So it's we're not doing too bad. We're at 68% humidity, so it's slow. I don't know. I don't think that I'll sell these this year. So we've got some time. And then I've got another one. This is a cigar from a company. It's a brick and mortar retailer down in Australia. They sent me some cigars to try. And they wanted me to do a video. They want like touting their brand. They sent me a nice sampler, cutter, and lighter. And the cigars are okay. I mean, they're good cigars, just decent cigars, nothing fantastic. And they kind of like, hey, you gonna do that video? And I'm like, no, not really. I'm like, it's the cigars are good. I've posted a couple pictures. I go, you've definitely got more than your money's worth from what you sent me in cigars and some photos on Instagram. But I go, if I'm gonna do a video and promote a cigar, it's got to be worth it. To me, the money. I don't care. It's like whatever you want to pay me. I'm not promoting a cigar that isn't. If I'm gonna do a video of a cigar, it's got to be a good cigar. It's gonna be something that you're gonna pay, especially then because you can only get them in Australia.
Right.
So for Americans here to buy like a 5-pack, I mean these cigars are gonna be with shipping, duties, whatever, these things are gonna be $25 a piece. And I go, man, I'm not. That's not on my shoulders. Someone reaches out to me, hey, I got these cigars because I saw your video and they're not that great. Yeah, I know, but I made a bunch of money on the video. So, oh, well, not happening.
Yeah. Is it between a Thunder Down Under and a Blunder Down Under?
No, not a blunder at all. It's a good cigar. I mean, if it was, I mean, it's just a good cigar. That's all it is. It's nothing fantastic. It's not over the top. If it was here in the States and you could go to wherever, smoke in Corona, your favorite retailer or whatever, pick one up for like $10, I'd do a video and be like, you should try this cigar.
Well, why are they going to be so expensive? Because Australia doesn't pay taxes for their export of tobacco.
I don't know what I think.
They pay all that taxes when they import it.
But you're bringing them in over here, so there's a chance they'll get caught. because you're importing tobacco. So what are the odds that they're going to get flagged at customs? And this is a legit brick and mortar retailer, so they got to declare that they're tobacco.
Yeah.
So when you get them, you're probably going to be paying the duties.
Well, you would pay you would just pay your normal S chip and everything else from importing tobacco if there were any type of tariffs on Australia, you would pay the tariff. But other than that, it's no different.
Or the tariff, you know. But what's that going to be like on a 5-pack of cigars? I don't know what the tariff is going to.
Well, let's look at the Australian tariff. Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's ask
Australia.
ChatGPT or someone.
Yeah, let's see Australia. Okay, we're going to check it out here. We're going to see the Australian.
What's going on, Jessica? Steve, Chris, what's going on, Ryan?
It's 5%.
That's all it is?
Yeah, it says recent U.S. tariffs imposed 10% baseline on most goods, but Australia generally charges. Let's see here. 10% tariff applies on most Australian goods. Steel and aluminum, $55 or 50%. Automobile, light trucks, 25%. Copper products, soft timber and wood, certain upholstery wood. So unless you're going to wrap your cigar in copper,
yeah,
I think you're going to be fucking okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So I still don't want to do a video. Still want, I don't know. They're just not.
It's not a convincing point to do do the video.
Yeah, they're just. The price. I don't know.
Because they don't pay the.
Yeah.
You shipped like I had a place in New Zealand carry Stogie Road cigars early on, and it was ridiculous what they were charging because of the taxes that they pay.
Oh, I know. I shipped a not on cigars. I shipped a medium flat rate box full of candy to Australia, and the guy paid $150 US to get that box cleared through customs, and it was candy for his kids. Yeah, and it was absolutely insane. So I think our cigars out there, they were like $20-25 a pop too, just because of all the taxes and shit. But it was nuts. So Kerr, I'm a little disappointed. Monday today was the release of the Back to the Future watch by Casio. Casio's been I've been on their waiting list to get that email when it releases. Yeah. And I got the email today, but I got it like an hour late, and they were sold out, and it irritated me to no end. I even called them when I got home. I go, "Hey, are you going to get any more?" And the guy's like, "These sold out in seconds. They were gone, the entire supply." So I'm like, I'll start checking the secondary, and there's like 500 posts on eBay for these watches. And every post is like, "When we get it, you'll get it." And it's so irritating, just, I don't know. I've never done that. I've never gotten something and then just for the sake of, something like that, just, reselling it, because I know there are lovers, like me, I'm a Back to the Future guy. We're going to go see that in the theaters this Sunday, for the 40th anniversary, thing. And I wanted the new Casio watch because it's a calculator watch. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I was wondering which one it was as a calculator watch. Do you see the box that it comes in? Yeah, it's a VHS. Yeah, it's super cool. So I've got one guy, and on eBay they're not bad. They're going for about $300. The watch was only $110 at Casio. So with shipping, these people aren't making a ton of money, but it just sucks that like so many people like pre-ordered that and then just to flip it. Just, I don't know, let us diehards have something cool. I had to do that the same thing with the Casio G-Shock, their anniversary watch, and it was like $1,500, and I missed the pre-sale, and or it was like $1,200, and I ended up paying like $1,500 on the secondary market for it. Because I really wanted that watch. I could just buy you a Casio calculator watch to put a Back to the Future sticker on if you want. Yeah. So not saying. Oh well. I'll still get one. I'll pay the $300. It is what it is. I remember those. I had a freaking calculator watch back in the day. Yeah. So you grew up my generation, they're kind of had to it, and you're like, holy shit, this is really cool. But if you're gonna use it, you gotta have really good eyesight and a freaking pen and pencil. Yeah, and I'm gonna wear it. You know, like it. I mean, I'm not gonna put it away. I'm gonna wear that calculator
Oh, hell
watch,
yeah.
and it'll be super cool. So fuck it.
Wear it with pride.
Yeah. But oh well.
That's
So
funny. Yeah, I didn't. I missed the opportunity this weekend with having people over to go see the creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D. I wanted to go see that. They had a whole bunch of movies in the movie theater. Now they removed most of them, and because all the new releases are coming out. But they had
yeah.
Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon. They had freaking
What a hell of a day that would have been, just to sit at the, you know, like I'm gonna buy like 6 tickets. I'm
I
staying for
know.
all of these, you know.
Just a refillable popcorn and soda. Just be like, yeah, give me more popcorn, give me more soda. In the Mouth of Madness, which was a great movie.
I'm not
Uh,
familiar with that one.
oh yeah, that's I think that's a John Carpenter movie. It's 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 a really really freaky movie. It is. It's been a minute since I've seen it. I remember going to see it in the movie theater. Just to give you an idea, it's came out in 1994. Sam Neill's in it, and
Okay.
yeah, it's a great movie. John Carpenter. Yep. Um, about some guy who's he's a writer, and he goes like searching for someone else, and it's basically freaking just goes into this freaking crazy world of just insanity. It's a freaky movie.
Hey, speaking of writer, I actually picked up my first book of 2025 the other day, you know, and read it. And one of my favorite authors, I got an email and it's like, hey, my latest book. Sorry, it's been a couple of years. Is getting pre-ordered? So and I'm like, you know, I should go look up a couple of my favorite authors, and my one favorite author, you know, had written 3 books. I'm like, gosh, you know, got all those. And there's another store manager that worked for us. He's a voracious reader, more than me. And so we trade books all the time. So he's got a bunch of Stephen King stuff that I haven't read yet. And
Oh,
then
really?
I've got,
Stephen
yeah, and
Stephen King book stuff haven't you read? I thought you.
there's like probably Stephen King is like, he's been on tear the last couple of years, a couple books a year, you know. So I'm like a dozen books
Really?
behind. Yeah, it's gotten to be too much. So, and then Scott is like, hey, you know, I really like you. You got any like A.G. Riddle? You know, I really like those books. And I got 3 of them. So I'm trying to get all 4 of these done this year. And because I used to read 1 book a month, you know, I mean, easily. So, you know, 12, 15 books a year. And I just haven't had any time. And I opened this one up 5 minutes in, fucking hooked. And I'm like, God, I love reading. And then of course Jessica's trying to be out in the lounge here watching TikTok, you know, so I'm getting towards the end of the book. So I just put my earbuds in and I just listen to classical music. And it was just, you know, I'm down to the last like 50 pages, the story's coming down. And I'm like, they can't wrap this up. I'm like looking at how many pages I got left. I go, it's impossible. This ending's going to suck. There's no way they can wrap this up in 50 pages. And then so I'm listening to the classical music, and it's like it was written for this book. And I'm, you know, at one point I'm like, I'm starting to tear up, and I'm like, oh my God, this music's perfect. And then it wrapped up quite nice. So,
Yeah.
But I'm always that way with every book. Getting down to the end, like, yeah, I'm fucked. This ending's gonna suck. There's no way they can wrap it up, and I'll be happy. And they always wrap it up. Yeah, they always wrap it up. So
yeah, we watched it. Welcome to Derry. It was
the first episode was the other night, right?
It was last night.
Yeah, we're gonna wait until they get a couple episodes deep, and then we like to binge like 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah, we were gonna do that, but we were so anxious to watch it because we're like, nah, we'll watch the first episode, it'll ease you into the series. Nope. It just fucking strap it up and get ready. That first episode afterwards, Jen was like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah. What's up, Ronnie?
Yeah.
I've read a solid 3 books in my life. Yeah. So is Pennywise in? Or I had heard like originally like he wasn't going to make an appearance until like later on in the series, but is Pennywise right from the beginning?
He's not. there's there's some Easter eggs and some references along the way.
Oh, okay. So we're definitely gonna try and get, well, like I said, wait till the second episode. We may do 1 and 2 back to back, just to
it
see.
really fucking grabs you. That first one, it was like the first 15 minutes, I was like, holy shit, man! They don't even let you freaking sit down and like ease into it. And then I'm like, again, I'm like, I sent you guys a funny picture today about how Pennywise freaking haunts lactose intolerant. And it was Pennywise sitting next to a cow with a freaking pail of milk and said, "Welcome to dairy, Dairy." She's like, "Yeah, it took me a little bit to get it."
Oh, no, I got it right away.
I was like, you guys, maybe I think I'm funnier than I am. It took me a while to get it, she said. I was like, oh. But it was definitely one that. Now, we watched Black Phone on Friday.
Yeah. I've been hearing good stuff about that.
It's more of a psychological thriller than a horror movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good though. I liked it. I'm curious to see what the Black Phone 2 is going to be all about, but this one was pretty good. Jen didn't like it. She thought it was going to be a horror movie, and it was not. But
a lot of horror movies out there right now. The only one that grabs my attention, one with the football player. Like that's the only one. I think it was that
looks pretty.
Was it Key one of the Key and Peele, whichever one that does the horror movies now. That one actually grabbed my attention. Like, oh, that one actually, maybe because it was football, but it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's I think it's called Him. And it is a Jordan Peele one movie. He produced it, but it was written by 3 other people. So it's a bunch of other people who've done other movies, and it looks interesting. It definitely looks pretty fucking crazy, because I do like him, and I know if he's gonna produce something or put his name behind something, it's going to be pretty good, because he did the recent did he do the vampire movie, the recent one?
I can't remember.
Sinners.
No, did he? No, I don't think he did Sinners.
That was a great movie. That was really good.
That was definitely good.
That was really good. No, that was Ryan Coogler. Whoever that is. Coogler! Yeah. My son says your company stinks. Yeah, it's but that movie, that was a pretty freaky movie. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was. That was a good movie.
Yeah, he had done Creed 2, and I think he also did he did Creed 2. He did Black Panther, so he did the writer and director Black Panther. Wakanda Forever was not a very good movie, only because I think Chadwick Boseman was great, and trying to have a movie without him is just an exercise of futility. But he's now I'm interested to see what else he does, because Sinners I thought was really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good. But yes.
So I mentioned a little bit beforehand, before the show started, a story with my daughter Amber. So
yes.
I'm messaging her today, and I go, "Hey, the new Stanley water bottle is out, and I got us each one." And then because I know she's being a nurse and being a 30-year-old female, it's all about the life of the water bottle. It's always hopping on the different. When she wanted all the girls are on Awala now, like AWALA, and she had mentioned in like a text once that she was bummed. Awala came out with like this new like limited edition color that like everybody wanted. Nobody could get it at all. And I'm like, all right. So, I did my research after a couple days. I told her, I said, I got that water bottle for you, coming. the special color. Oh, she's queen bee at the hospital walking around this Owala with this, like, oh my God, where did you get that? Like, that's my dad. My dad got it for me. So I get the email from Stanley today that the new water bottle came out. So I message Amber and I'm like, oh, hey, I got us two of the new Stanley water bottles. And they're like $45 a piece for these water bottles, but I need a new one for work anyways. She's like, oh my God, you're the best. Thank you. And then she's like, finally the new, the one with like the flip lid straw or something. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, wait, what? I didn't see a picture of that straw flip lid. So I had to go back on the Stanley website. Yeah, they had 2 new tumblers out, and one had this flip lid. So I'm like, geez, you got the wrong one. So so then I had to buy another one. That one's like $55. So now and of course I didn't tell her that. So of course I'm like, yeah, I got the one you wanted. Yes, it's you'll be surprised. So now she's got two new Stanley water bottles to put with her mix of 50 other water bottles. So
are they that good? I mean, obviously there's the style and everyone likes that shit, but I mean, what is it outside of the style that makes them that much better than others?
Nothing.
All right.
Just it's the new color. It's the new look. It's the new look. That's all it is. It's just something new.
She didn't want the new Stanley 1913 X Jenny.
No. I got the 1913 with the new flip top lid that mimicked Owala's lid. So basically, Stanley just copied Owala's lid onto a little bit better of a tumbler. So I got her that one. And then the new one was the like the ice cold or something, the ice freeze with the flip top straw. So that was the one. So I got her like the 40 ounce, and it's got the carrying handle and everything else. So.
That's it. You're judged by your Stanley mugs.
You are judged by your Stanley mugs, and now she'll be queen bee at the hospital with all the new Stanley, and everybody will be jealous. And
I got my Starbucks Wicked water tumbler.
Yeah. I like my Tervis big Ohio State tumbler.
Yeah, mine is purple and green.
Yeah.
See, this something wicked this way comes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It's not Stanley, but it's still cool.
No, a drop it's gonna break.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
I would understand.
No, I don't understand.
I don't get it.
So yeah. I don't get. I needed a new water bottle, so I'm like, oh well, if I'm ordering Amber one, on the new one, I might as well get one myself. So.
Yeah. So you listen. Are you secretly trying to keep up with the younger kids at the shop?
At my shop? No, like,
sure?
Yeah, no, we only got like 2 younger kids, and one's worthless, and the other one doesn't give a shit about why he just drinks out of a shitty old cup. That's all, he's dirty, and he doesn't fucking care. So, nobody has any. Well, the girl that works up front, she's got like 100 different tumblers that she comes in with different keychain attachments and fancy stuff. I'm like, whatever, definitely not trying to keep up with her.
Yeah. I've seen that some of these tumblers have keychain attachments or what have you, and
they got the little, like in the handle, they hold a thing of chapstick. So it's like these tumblers are all in one.
Why don't you just get the classic lunch kettle?
I was on their website and I was looking, and I love all the classic lunch boxes that they have.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'd like to see one in because to see what the like the inside dimensions, because I say usually I bring like Tupperware, so I have like a soft-sided case that kind of expands. So I do like that Stanley, that old workman's metal with the two, with the two big metal clasp.
Yeah,
those are badass. Those are classics. I'm assuming they still have a spot in the lid for
for thermos.
The thermos. Yeah,
little clip in there. In there that did say 13 by 6.5 by 10.
Yeah, that might work. I think it might be a little small. But,
all right. You get 2 of them. You get 2, and then you can get like a strap and put them together and strap them over your shoulder, and you could be a new trend.
Yeah, that's it. But I love it when they brought that back out years ago. Same with their regular Stanley, a thermos with the screw off cap. I remember my buddy he was retired. He used to work for the Florida Wildlife Commission. He was like ex-CIA guy, and he would get up. He retired. He was like 70, and he'd still get up every morning, like at 4:30 in the morning, and start making his. He was weird. Like, so if he got up in the middle of the night, you know, he actually lived with a buddy of mine for a little bit when he sold his house, and in the midst of buying a new place, he stayed with a buddy of mine, and he's like, it's weird. Every morning he gets up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. First thing he does, picks up his gun, make sure it's loaded, and then he takes it to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, what did he do in the CIA? Like he's afraid to go to the bathroom without
pissed in the wrong spots, man.
You know, without a loaded gun. You know, going to the fucking bathroom. He actually built me my very first gun. So, but yeah, so he'd get up every morning. First thing he would do is he would boil a pot of water, a kettle of water, and then he would pour it in his Stanley tumbler, boiling water, put the lid on it, and then let it sit while he made a pot of coffee. And then by that time he'd pour out the water in the thermos, you know, so the thermos was super hot.
Yeah. He's not going to absorb all the heat from the coffee.
Yeah. So he filled it up with black coffee, and then he sipped it all day, like till like 8 o'clock at night, you know, and he'd have his last little cap full of hot coffee all day. That's you know, great. And then wash it out and then start over 7 days a week. You know, did the exact, you know, same thing.
I love those old tumblers, the ones with the coffee. You know, those are freaking, those are classic. I remember we used to go hunting. You know, when I was younger, I'd go hunting with my brother and my cousins and stuff, and there was always that big freaking thermos with the freaking plastic cap or the freaking metal cap, whichever it was, to have a nice brew in there. Sometimes they'd pull out a bottle of something else. Depends on what we're doing. When we're out ice fishing, was always the time to break out the liquor. You didn't break out the liquor when you were hunting. You broke out the liquor when you were ice fishing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. You definitely don't break out the liquor when you're hunting. But yeah, I see Stanley's got some really nice flask, like wide.
I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, they actually got some.
Are you watching what I'm watching? Because I literally looked up, they got this black Stanley's flask with a freaking skull on it. It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, super cool.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I got a few flasks laying around from being at weddings and wedding parties. That's something you get the best man. I have never known a human being in my life. I've never been somewhere and someone else pulled a flask out of their back pocket because it's concave to fit against your butt cheek, and you know, and just unscrewed that little cap and then took a swig and then put that little cap back on, put it in your pocket, and you keep talking like the movies. I'm like, I've never seen a human being do that ever.
I've done it once.
Yeah, have you?
I've done it once. Filled it with scotch, and we were going. I think we were going to Gettysburg with my ex, and I was in a vehicle in Pennsylvania going to Gettysburg with all Southerners from South Carolina. And I knew it was gonna be a long day, and my ex brother-in-law was with us, and he's from the UK, and he likes scotch, so I filled up a flask. So as they were weeping over the loss of the Gettysburg battle, he and I would sneak a couple of sips of scotch off the flask.
Yeah, see, I would never make it like in the Old West or any other times, you know, because you see in the movies where they pass the flask around and everybody take a swig of it, and here's Kevin with his shirt. You know, like,
what are you doing, boy? What's your problem?
That's it. And we're like, has anybody got a cup that I can pour this into? You
take
know,
a swig. Yeah, but you've been chewing the back all day, and that kind of gets back in the liquor.
Yeah, I know. It was
kind of as much a little bit.
As much as I love like the Old West and everything, like no, I don't want to live in that time where everybody stunk. You know, it's no AC and you're walking through the streets full of poop, and
the shitters are all freaking outhouses.
I know. And then the women, you know, wearing all the heavy gowns, and you know, like cleanliness, you know, wasn't a thing, and you know, no.
It was a smelly time.
It was definitely a smelly time for sure.
Yeah, whenever you see like the movies that really know how to capture the West, like what was the movie with Clint Eastwood?
Oh,
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
It's raining and they come into town, or you get a movie like, or like Lonesome Dove series or whatever, and it's you see the mud and you can smell it. You can smell it from the television set.
Yeah.
That was not a John Wayne, coming into a studio. They really set the mood properly. And
Yeah.
Oh man, those guys! I swear to God, they show them going up to the up to see the ladies of the evening. That was a freaking flip of the coin back then, man. I swear to God. Oh, it's just.
Oh yeah. And then David, I never made it as a stone. Nope, not at all. David Wayne would drink after Kerr, but not Kev. I don't like the taste of Malibu and Diet Coke. I don't like Malibu. I don't like anything coconut
David,
flavor.
what's up, man? Hey, congratulations! You just got married recently.
Yeah, he did just get married. Yeah,
Congratulations.
I saw that. Congratulations. Another one bites the dust.
Yes. No, yeah, Malibu. When Jen and I went out, we took our niece Taylor out a couple weekends ago, drinking. They were making shots for him, and there was a couple shots. It was like it just tasted like they put in some watered down, sunscreen. It was just all coconut. When you drink any type of coconut rum or coconut anything, it's like, son of a bitch, man. This is
yeah, and people don't realize, like, anything that smells like coconut or tastes like coconut is fake chemicals.
Yeah,
because coconut doesn't have, when coconut is distilled down, you can't smell it. Like, you can't smell it or taste it. Because like I said, being like, because I produce my beard balm and I use high quality coconut oil. Like, there's no coconut. Like, there's no such thing as a coconut essential oil or an all natural fragrance. It's fragrance oil because it's all chemical. They use chemicals to know, or replicate what you smell when you break open a fresh coconut and you have that water and the but yeah, when you actually, do like an FDA regulated product and you got to distill it down. Yeah, no coconut. So you're just drinking
even
chemical.
Coconut milk. Like I cook with coconut milk. You get some Thai food. It's has a faint coconut flavor to it, but it's more sweet than anything.
Yeah. If they're using real coconut water, but yeah, but they still have to, obviously distill it down to make it, safe for consumption. And yeah,
it's got a slight coconut, but more of a sweet flavor. And that's great when you're making, like, you add curry to coconut milk. It's the freaking best, man. It's a combo. Yes, copper shots. That is exactly what it's like.
Yeah, there's a distillery up in Sarasota, Siesta Key Distillery, and they have a coconut rum which I didn't like, but it's got a real coconut flavor to it. But they add in like the real, to whatever distilling process with the mash, the coconut, the raw coconut and everything else. But it's expensive, like Malibu. They're not doing that. They're just adding some fucking chemicals to it. Yeah, whatever. Garbage fucking rum.
It smells so fake, man. It smells so fake.
It does smell so fake.
I think you guys sent like a little bottle of coconut rum.
Yeah, we sent, because we always get with the
I was laughing when you sent me those.
Yeah, whenever we go to ABC every now and then, like, you'll get the Bacardi, and then attached to the top of the Bacardi is like a little airplane bottle, in a little cardboard sleeve, and it's never any of the Bacardi we want. It's always, the passion fruit or the the coconut or whatever it is, so it's we never drink any of them. But I did go Publix the other day, and I bought 6 12-packs of the new Diet Coke with lime. That's what I'm drinking with my Bacardi tonight. Oh my God.
It's horrible, man.
It is so good. So good. Just that hint of lime just makes it so much better.
I can't. I tried the lime, and I gotta tell you, man, it tastes like Fruity Pebbles to me when I drink Diet Coke with that. It's nasty. It's nasty, nasty, nasty. It just is. I've never been a fan.
They're also bringing back a Diet Cherry Coke for a not from a limited time. It's going to be in the full full lineup of Diet Coke now.
Cherry. I've had cherry
Diet.
Coke. Not bad, but I'll take a sip of it if I have to. It's like Dr. Pepper. Like if I'm choking and I need a sip of something, I'll grab a Dr. Pepper or like a cherry Coke or something. But man, if it's like on the regular, no fucking way.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of cherry Coke either.
No. Or Dr. I know you're a Dr. Pepper fan. We discussed this last week, and it's
yeah.
Do that shit. I used to drink Mountain Dew years ago, many years ago, and I stopped, and then Coke, and I moved into Diet Coke. I like the flavor of Diet Coke. Yeah, taste Diet Coke better than Coke. I think I even tried to get Coke Zero. I tasted that.
What a nasty aftertaste.
Coke Zero. If anybody ever wonders what the Diet Cola Tab tasted like, right? Tab Cola, you remember that?
Yeah.
The original Diet
Back
Cola.
to the Future. Give me a tab. I can't give you a tab until you order something, kid.
Yeah, it's terrible, terrible drink. Coke Zero reminds me of Tab.
I hadn't had a tab in 25 years, and then like 2, 3, 4 years ago, whatever, I was at a vending machine, and I'm like, "Ooh, look, they got Tab. I'm gonna have a Tab." That was a horrible mistake. It was the worst thing I ever drank in my entire life.
Yeah,
it was so disgusting.
No, it's terrible. It wasn't good when it was popular. I mean, everyone drank it because it was less calories, and it was like Tab Cola for beautiful people, Tab, and everyone was all wrapped up in this great Tab, and you can get skinny drinking Tab. It was like, it was nasty. It was horrible.
Smoking Ronnie's a regular Coke guy. I don't like the sugar in regular. It's just too much. Prefer RC Cola, the Royal Crown Cola.
RC Cola, that used to be good stuff back in the day.
Yeah, I haven't had an RC Cola forever. I remember, not hating it. I remember probably like 5 years ago, I was at Walmart, and I come out, and they had knee-high grape soda in the vending machine. I'm like, ooh, a knee-high. That's what who's the guy from
Radar.
MASH? The Radar always drank me. I'm like, oh, and I drank it, and it was delicious. It was so good, so good. It didn't taste like grape, but it sure the hell tasted like purple. I can tell you.
Exactly.
But it was really good. It was super sweet. I remember that. But knee high. It was refreshing.
Yeah, I remember I had that several years ago for the first time because I was watching Radar drinking. I was like, ooh. That's good. I can have one maybe. That's probably about it. Fruitopia.
I forgot all about Fruitopia drinks.
I remember those. I want to get a Tab Cola glass, the ones that were freaking look like the shapely body.
Oh yeah. I want to get find the old from watching the show The House of Guinness. And they did a really good job of the props in that, because they had the original Guinness mugs. Guinness used to be served not in a pint glass, but a mug with a handle. And it was like a specialty, it wasn't just a regular, handled mug, but it was a Guinness mug. And it was super. And you can find like replicas. I'd love to find like an original Guinness mug.
Is it wooden, or what's it made out of?
No, it's glass.
A glass mug?
Yeah, just a glass mug. The old, with the old Guinness logo on there. They have replicas out now.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so we were watching that, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like they went all out to find like really to keep the true to the story or true to the times, and found the Guinness mug.
Yeah, I got to check that out. I didn't know that they served that in mugs originally. But have you been keeping up on any of the UFO stuff with the new documentary that's going to be coming out soon?
I haven't. I've been reading like the articles, like the blurbs of it. The 3-Eye Atlas is still doing some weird things, and that professor at Harvard is he's like 99% sure now that that it's an alien. It's not, you know, it's
got a heat shield now.
Yeah, it's got it's a intellectual design, whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah, the newest movie comes out. I've been waiting. You know, they've been teasing that since January or February. You know, Rogan. You know, I saw one of his shows back earlier this year. He was able to, him and a couple of his buddies screened it ahead of time, and he said it's fucking really good. So
yeah, Marco Rubio's in it.
Yeah, Marco. A lot of people in Washington are in it, and it's just like, man, you know, and really listening. Yeah, listening to those stories of you know, because they had played a clip where like President Trump, he's not like a believer in like the aliens, and people were like, oh, how, you know, he's just hiding something, and then you hear from these people like, no, the president doesn't know. The president doesn't have clearance. You know, Bill Clinton said that, you know, at one point, and he goes, I asked about it, and then it says it was beyond my clearance as a president. Like, he couldn't look at certain things. Yeah. And that blows my mind, because that automatically tells you, you know, that, you know, there are other people, you know, running Washington. If the president doesn't have the need to know on something, that means there's somebody higher than him that does have the need to know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the, you're on a need to know, and you don't need to know. So move along and just freaking do what you do, and we'll handle the freaking space shit. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've been watching the 3, and it's like, everybody's got a freaking story. Everyone, you know, AI is ridiculous anymore. It's to the point now where you can't tell the difference between, you know, some real shit and AI. You know, but I know that they've they're starting to really ramp up the submersibles, and unidentified submersible objects.
Yeah.
And that's one of the areas I think in this documentary I'm interested about, because they have like craft the size of a football field going 200 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, well, what's the fastest we can go? Like 30.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, what? Hold on for a second. So you mean to see the ships, submarines in there that freaking look all cool, you know, whether it's, you know, Hunt for Red October, or, you know, the Crimson, whatever that movie was with Gina Hackman and Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
They're doing 30 miles an hour. Yeah. That's all they can do.
And they don't go that deep. Like what? No. Like what's a sub? Like 1,500 feet, I think, is what, like, and it's classified. Obviously, we really don't know, but people say based on like engineering, you know, they know that like subs really can't go, like a sub can't go a mile. Like, I mean, and when you think of, you know, the deepest point in the ocean is 7 miles, you know, Challenger Deep of the Marianas Trench, you know, 7.5 miles deep. You know, then lots of places on this earth that are multi-miles down below to the bed, and a sub can only go, you know, a quarter of a mile, you know, maybe a little bit more, you know, even if it's unclassified, they're saying like half a mile at the very, very most. And it's just like, yeah, the subs can't do anything.
Yeah. So, Russian sub did 55 miles an hour. Most of them do about 40.
55 miles per hour. 55, stay alive. You know,
50 miles an hour. And like you said, it's they've tested crush depths to be much greater, possibly like 800 to 3,000 feet. You know, they're talking about these freaking
so
depths and crushing
so even if you go 3,000 feet, that's a little bit less than 3/4 of a mile. You know, so, or, you know, it's mind boggling. That's as far deep as we can go.
Yeah. That's crazy. Insane. Hey, you wanna run an ad for our sponsor?
Yeah. Let's hear a little word from our partners over at Fogbox.
Let's be real. Most travel cigar cases look the same: black, boring, forgettable. But Fogbox, they're doing it different. Every Fogbox travel case and lighter features custom Hydro Dip graphics from bold patterns to badass designs that pop. These aren't just tools, they're statements. Whether you're at a lounge, a campsite, or on the beach, Fogbox gear stands out while keeping your cigars protected and fresh. Plus, the quality is rock solid. Airtight, rugged, and built to handle wherever you take it. If you're still carrying around the same black plain cigar case everyone else has, it's time for an upgrade. Visit fogbox.com and grab something as unique as your cigar taste. That's fogbox.com. Built to travel, designed to stand out.
Nice. I also have to wish Jose Blanco, it's his birthday today.
Is it Jose Blanco's birthday today?
Yes, happy birthday to Jose Blanco.
Oh, happy birthday. So for sure. Great guy.
Well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, one day I'll get to maybe sit down and have a cigar with him somewhere. You know, it's you see him at an event. It's like Carlito. You know, it's you can't you can't get a foot from those guys.
Yeah.
You know, and people just inundate them. You know, at any event. You know, everybody wants a picture. Everybody wants a picture. You know, and you know you can tell. You know they're They don't like it at times. Carlito's a little bit more blunt about it, and he's just like, "I'm done. I gotta go." You know, but
well, I had the chance many years ago when I was traveling a lot. Jose Blanco came to visit a cigar shop I was sitting in. I think he was traveling with one of the reps, and it was Burnt Leaf up in Maryland, and sat in there shooting a shit for about an hour with the guys. There's only maybe about a handful of guys in there just hanging out, smoking cigars, and just had a really. He's a fucking hilarious guy, but just had a great time. And like you said, there was no pictures, no cameras, no freaking. It was just zipping around with the rep. Popped into a cigar shop and sat down and hung out for an hour. And then we were at PCA. I was walking by and I saw him. It was before everything started, and I went over and grabbed him. He and I shot the shit for a few minutes, and I always love having those conversations with him. He's a little down to earth. No one's around. No one's asking for this time. You're sitting there shooting a shit, about family and stuff. But always has the time of day and always super nice and very generous with his time too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those guys are great. Next year at PCA, John Huber, that's one we got. We're gonna sit down with John. I haven't sat down with John and talked with him in years, and I've never been able to catch up with him at PCA. So there's a few people we're putting on our list next year. Some of the big guys. We've been concentrating on a lot of the small boutiques, which I still want to do. Definitely want to give those guys, their. Because some of those guys, that's their only moment, to shine. Guys and gals, but we did miss out on, quite a few of the big guys that are friends of ours that I want to talk to. So,
yeah, we had a good time though. I mean, I thought, what we did at the PCA this year was, it was a lot of fun. I think we got a chance to. Really, I mean, look at some of the, we got a chance to meet the guy from Imami Cigars.
Yeah.
Got to hook up with a few of this, boutique brands, and really, I think like you said, it was their moment of being able to get a little bit of press. But yeah, it was. I don't know. Sometimes those bigger events, the bigger crowds, it's just everyone's clamoring. You just got to find the right moment just to kind of knife yourself in.
Yeah, that's it. And I think Jessica wants to come with us this year.
No.
So.
Okay, Jess.
Yeah.
Got to be fun though. You got to promise to be fun.
Yeah, and but she doesn't want to be with us though. She wants to do her own thing. She's going to go out and take her own photos. Meet all the friends that she made. In this industry. Working for a couple of cigar lounges. So they always always love Jessica. They all love Jessica.
She'll have better stories than we will have.
So yeah, she'll she just wants to maybe come, since it's New Orleans. She doesn't care about going back to PCA or Vegas, but since it's going to be in Vegas the next 2 years, She wants to come with us and hang out. So
New Orleans is great.
Yeah, I'll have to get us a bigger room. I'll have to see if we have like they have any suites or something, so
Yeah. I
so we
like
can,
New Orleans. I don't know if I
yeah.
want to go. I don't know if I'd want to go to Vegas. I've been to Vegas a couple times, and just I could say I've been there, done that. Maybe when the time comes, I'll change my mind. But
I'm not going in 27 to Vegas.
no.
Let's do if you if you want to go, obviously you can go. But why don't we do the Dominican Cigar Fest in 27 instead of PCA Vegas? We'll book in the Dominican.
Yeah.
Do
Not a bad idea.
we'll do that festival down there and go see all the cool guys down there. Because the Nicaraguan Cigar Fest, I really don't want to do that. Just
Nicaraguan Cigar Fest. It's everything going on. It's like, hey, you want to do the Venezuelan cigar festival?
Yeah, too much going on. It's giant, big crowds.
Yeah.
At least the Dominican, it's a little closer to home, little safer. It's still that part of the country. Still technically a third world country, but still a little safer. So, but yeah, let's plan on doing the Dominican Fest.
We'll go stay at Dr. Rodriguez's farm. See if Dr. Rodriguez can put us up in a bay hail. Yeah,
so I got my boy Corey over at Nomos has a condo down there in the Dominican, and so he always says, whenever you want to go, just call me up. He goes, I got a car, I got a place, just cheers. Whatever you want to do, anytime. Just call me ahead of time, and it's yours. So we'll definitely hook up with Corey, and I was hoping to get down to there this month, the Dominican, go down with James from Sinistro. And I don't think I'm gonna make it down there, obviously. No. I got the got some things going on. Well, I got my getting a finish or second round of tattooing on my head this Thursday. That's why I had to work today.
That came up pretty quickly.
So
you can't leave your 3D printers unattended either.
Yeah, it's I know we're luckily we're about a week ahead on the big project that we got going on for a client. So yeah, it's coming down to the wire. I was considering buying a third one this weekend if this past weekend that just passed, if because we were started to assemble part of this job, and then once we got part of the assembly done and everything else, I'm like, okay, so we're good for a little while. But then I got another project with James at Sinistro. He's got like a monster project he wants me to do, and I got to start this big job with the Red Meat Lovers Club coming up. And so it's that job's going to take 2 months to produce that job.
Really?
Yeah, it's we got some good stuff coming up. It's I belong to a couple of Facebook groups on 3D printers, and people were always asking, every day or someone, how do I make money doing this? I bought my first 3D printer. How do I make money? And it's so similar to what we do in the cigar industry. People just, they want, how do I make money? I want to get in the cigar industry sometime. How do I make money doing it? And it's just like, find your niche.
Yeah.
Same thing with and I tell everybody like in the forum, like, I'm in the cigar industry. I go, just find your niche and make some cool stuff, so and then it's try and farm it out. I made something for the Red Meat Lovers Club, and it was they didn't even ask me for it, and I made something cool for Evan and sent it to him, and he's like, I want hundreds of these now. I'm like, all right, done. So same thing with Abe. I made his challenge coin holder, and he wanted that, and I've made thousands of them for him, so yeah, just find your niche. And, speaking of that, obviously on what we do in the cigar industry, how about that cigar? It's usually on Monday nights after us. I think they usually start around 9:30, 10 o'clock. They shut down they're shutting down operations.
Really?
So how about that? Yeah. How about that cigar is going off the air? So
no shit.
Yeah, it was speaking of that, Evan's messaging me right now. So he got another thing that I made. So Yeah, no, yeah, this one's too complicated. I can't mass produce those. So, Jessica, you're late. Yeah, see, I told her earlier. I go, hey, set your alarm for 7:40. She's like, I already got my alarm set for 7:45, and I'm not setting another alarm. It's 8:05, and she's just walking in. But you're fine. But yeah, so Barry, earlier this year we had Barry Stein from Two Guys, Cigar Authority podcast. Barry retired from doing that show. We've got the guys from how about that cigar shutting down? Coop had made a post on it online, about cigar media. We got to protect cigar media, which we do, and and then I'd made a comment. It's like there's and I told myself, I said we shut down our show, the I Tap That Cigar show, beginning of the year. It's just it's getting to be too much. These everybody and their brother has a cigar show, and they all want all of these makers to come on all the time. They're being stretched thin, and it's just it's just brutal. Everybody has a camera, and that's fine. If you want to start something, a blog, a cigar show, reviews, just do it.
But you figure though, what other industry? It's throwing it out there. What other industry has like so many different shows and that where makers big and small can join in there and promote their product?
Yeah, I'm sure there might be, but I definitely don't know any of them.
I've seen some bourbon shows and stuff like that, but nothing that really kind of strikes me. I don't know. It seems like it's a, it's who's burning out more on it? Is it the brand owners of the cigar community, or is it the people trying to run these shows?
I don't know, and I know the majority of people are getting into it for the wrong reason. It's because the majority of those people reach out to me for advice, and I made a comment in Coop's post. I'm like, people will reach out and like, hey, I want to start something new. Like nobody's doing anything cool and exciting that I want to watch. And then usually you would follow that up with, well, except for you, Kevin, I like what you're doing. And, but no, they don't even say that. They say, yeah, no, nobody's doing, I think I can bring something new and exciting to the cigar world. And then I'll press them for like what's new and exciting. Oh, there's just different things I want to do. And I'm like, you don't have a clue what you want to do, and then the next question is always the same. How do I monetize this? You haven't even created a show yet. And you want to know how to monetize it? It's people getting into it for the wrong reason. Oh crap. Speaking of that, I got a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway and then we're going to play a video you have.
Yeah.
So
that was real quick. I was looking at and the bourbon shows that I've looked at, the couple of them, it's not having anybody on from the bourbon community. Just people drinking.
Oh
bourbon.
yeah. Oh yeah. No. I know. There's lots of those shows out there, and it's usually 2 or 3 guys, and they're just drinking and reviewing and talking about bourbon. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Random comment picker, and this is for the Glen Craig humidor that I got to pick.
Oh, nice.
Is this Craig the Bread Man? Where is my? I'll stop sharing this. So this is Bread Man QX3 QG. So all you had to do was comment to win. That was it. My videos are easy. My next one, make sure you're following us. We've got like this big humidor we're gonna be giving away. So make sure you're following Cigar Prop, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, so you can find out how to win. We'll be filming that video next week and giving that away in a few weeks. But Kerr, you got a video. So before you play this, talk about this this special event and a special no, just you talk about it.
I'm gonna deliver a secret to you. And here's the secret I'm gonna deliver to you.
It's Ashes to Africa. It's a fundraiser for Joseph, our son. He's in college. He's got an opportunity to go to Africa in January for a school trip. Joseph, every year, and we're going to do it again this year. Every year, Joseph's a leukemia survivor, and every year we always give back, and we do fundraisers for either the LLS, the Prisma Cancer Center here. The cigar community has been very, very generous over the years. We've done locks of love, where in 2020 during COVID, I grew my hair out. We shaved my head. We did I think last year we did the Lego, the donating Legos. And we brought like 3 carloads of Legos to the kids up at the cancer center. So this year, what we're doing is, we want to also kind of help Joe out a little bit too. He's been a big contributor. He's a big fan of the cigar community. He's gone to cigar events with me. I even sent him down to the Leaf and Bean in St. Augustine, Florida, when Dr. Rodriguez did an event, just to stop by to say hi to Dr. Rodriguez, because he knows how much everybody means to me in the cigar community, and how much they've done and how generous people have been. So this year, we're raising money for Joe, and every dollar we make over the goal, we're donating it directly to the cancer center. So we're about 65% the goal, maybe 70% the goal right now. There's ways you can donate. You can go to vsrcigarfam.com. You could pick up, you could donate there, and then you're given some chances to celebrate with us, and we celebrate back to those who have participated. There's also Ashes to Africa on Facebook, and usually Kevin puts this in the show notes as well. So what we have here is a video of some of the thank yous that are going to be eligible for all those who donate to the Ashes to Africa cause. So.
Qué bonitos ojos tienes, debajo de esas 2 cejas, debajo de esas 2 cejas, qué bonitos ojos tienes. Ellos me quieren mirar, pero si tú no los dejas, ni siquiera parpadear. Malagueña, salerosa, tus labios quisiera, besar tus labios quisiera, malagueña salerosa, y decirte, niña hermosa.
Anybody listening to the podcast, that was a couple minutes of some fantastic prizes. But by the time you listen to this on a podcast, I'm always a couple weeks behind. That giveaway will be over. When is the giveaway over, Kerr? When are we doing a live show for that giveaway?
Sometime in December. I got to check with Jennifer and check her time and her availability and her local listings.
Okay, so there's some great prizes in there. There's tons of every prize is a great prize.
Any there that catches your eye?
Oh, that Red Meat Lovers Club knife. I've always wanted a Red Meat Lovers Club knife, and they're so expensive just because they're good. I mean, Evan was in the restaurant business forever, so he knows knives, know, and I've been in the restaurant business, so I know like a good chef's knife, yeah, I mean, it's anywhere. They start off at like $500,
Dude, you
for a
pick up
good
this
chef's
thing and
knife.
hold it. It's like, you grab these knives and you get your knife set and you're like, hey, this is a really great knife set. And you're like, oh yeah, these are really good. When we got that knife and I picked it up, I was like, holy crap. This
Yeah,
thing
because it's
really
solid. It's
solid.
one piece. The blade goes all the way down in the tang of the handle, and a good chef's knife should be durable, well built, solid, because the weight of the knife will help you do the work. Of cutting and everything else. So that looks fantastic. The other fantastic is the private FUMAS event with
Yeah, that's gonna
Terrence
be pretty
Riley.
cool.
So that's going to be pretty cool. So the winner of that is going to be able to invite, I don't forget what it was, like 4 or 5 friends, to this event. So prior to the event, Terrence Riley of Aganorsa Cigar is going to send you some little tabaqueros or fumos. They're little tiny cigars, and each cigar is one. It's Viso, it's rolled. That's it. Seiko, Ligero. So I think there's like 5 or 6 cigars, in that pack, and then you smoke each one, and then you kind of give your thoughts on it, and then Terrence will tell you about the cigar, about that or not tell you about that tobacco,
Yeah.
and everything there is, and how that that particular tobacco blends into a cigar. And yeah, it's just going to be you and a couple of your buddies, hanging out with Terrence Riley, and it's going to be super cool. So we're going to host we're going to host the show. We're going to produce it, let them do their thing, and Terrence will talk with everybody. And usually those events take about an hour to do, but who knows how long that'll take. You'll get to ask questions if you ever wanted to talk with Terrence Riley about anything. So it could be a couple of hours of a private one-on-one with Terrence Riley. So that's super cool.
Yeah, that's a prize. That's a giveaway that you really can't put a price on it. I mean, because you've been to those events, and it's great when you're smoking one Fumon, you smoke another, and you smoke them together. Then you smoke the cigar, and you kind of get the whole balance of the blend of the cigar that you're smoking, and it's more than just, hey, here's a cigar, smoke it. You buy 4, you get 1 free. You really get to understand the blending concept behind it.
Oh yeah, great. Great. Yeah.
And if you could pick it out, it's like, hey, do you taste that spiciness? Now smoke the cigar. That spiciness you're getting is from that tobacco right there. And if you're a cigar geek and you kind of nerd out and geek out on that stuff, you'll have a blast.
Oh yeah, and then when you light one up that's just solid Ligero, and you realize that it doesn't combust, like it's hard as hell to get a leaf of Ligero to catch fire. And that's one of the leaves they use in a cigar to control combustion, so it doesn't,
Yep, and you got to make sure that you have the tobacco around it that does burn properly, and the whole. You learn a great deal from it, and there's a lot of great prizes in it. We got the Wolf Pack. They sent a whole bunch of stuff. You've seen the antique ashtrays. I mean, Jennifer went out and found that, and as well as the antique. If you're a gambler, if you do like playing cards, we have an antique poker chip set that's there's still like cigar and cigarette burns on the chips. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And we got Belladonna sent a lot of cigars, so we're going to be packaging up the Belladonna, which were inspired by her father's gambling career as a poker player. Having those cigars packaged with the ashtrays, with the chips. We got some very rare Lars Tetons from the vault, the Tetons vault. Which is somewhere that is no one's allowed to go to. So we got that. We got some Room 101 stuff. Big Sky donated a bunch of stuff as well. It's cool. It's going to be, Jennifer sent me, it is going to be the 15th of November. So the 15th of November is when
November?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said December. You're going to do
I
December.
thought it was December, and I was, you know, like we both have women in our lives that correct us when we're wrong. I was corrected very quickly by the lovely Jennifer. So yep, time is ticking right now, and I mean, I think if you combine everything, it's probably close to $10,000 worth of lovely thank yous, and we're excited about it. And
Yeah, I just put
15
that just put that reminder in my
yeah,
phone.
I'm glad I got
I
put it in
think,
mine too. I thought it was fucking December. What do I know?
yeah, I think that I think I've got my knee procedure that week, but I mean, obviously it doesn't make it, you know, had no effect on the show at all. So I just may be doing it from the couch versus
Yeah,
the us sitting up here, but
as long as you're not
who
doing it in
knows?
the hospital, that's okay.
No. They're doing the iovera treatment on my knee, where they 'cause I'm still having some pain in my knee, and they inject a bunch of fluid
Yeah.
into that central nerve, and then they freeze it, and
Oh,
then they
okay.
kill, yeah, and then they kill that nerve for
Oh,
it grows back in between 4 to 7 months, but for that time you have no knee pain. Like it's just there's no
oh, nice.
your knee's not telling your brain that it hurts. So
Yeah, I got a cortisone shot a while back, and that did wonders for me. But you know, they said if it didn't work, they were going to give me the I think it's like a series of 3 or 4 shots. Where they inject you know this liquid into your knee, which basically is just a lubricant. You know, just kind of creates a little bit of buffer and some
oh, is
lubrication.
it the hyaluronic acid treatment?
God bless you. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's
Oh,
called.
okay.
But
I'll, I'll, I'll,
all I know is that you know, I went back in to see the doctor. I'm like, my knee's fine. Like I don't need that treatment. It's good with the cortisone. He's like, all right, because well, you know, the cortisone shots are good for, you know, a few months. So he goes, you know, just keep an eye on it. Let me know. And then as I came home. I kid you not, I came home, and then like 2 days later, I get a letter in the mail from my insurance company denying the shots for the lubricant in my knee.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, I wasn't bad off enough. I only have moderate arthritis with you know,
Yeah,
minimal cartilage. It's not bad enough, you know, to get
yeah.
on there. I was like, fuck you.
I'm lucky, no, not lucky enough, but at least workers' comp is paying for all of this. We have done some very expensive. I think they've probably put it's over $100,000 into my knee, and I don't, and that does not include a knee replacement. That is just, you know, it was getting close to that the last time, you know, my lawyer had calculated what they had put into my knee. I'm like, I could have got a new knee, you know, at the
Dude,
beginning.
I said from the very beginning, if they would have just freaking done surgery on your knee as soon as it was injured, you would have gone through several weeks of PT and you would have been right as rain.
Yeah.
But in this backward ass freaking world of insurance and workman's comp, they tried to grind you down to just say, I'm done with it. And at the end, it's cost them Lord knows how much more.
Oh yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. And then the one doctor that scoped my knee, you know, that was my first knee doctor. Then my second knee doctor is like, God, he goes, we do not scope knees anymore. Like that is just something that's not done. Like you do more damage scoping a knee than anything else. And he's like,
Doctor told me.
yeah, like you are fucked, you know, just from that scope. Like you will always have an issue because of that scope.
It's exactly what the
You
doctor
know?
told me. He goes, so what did you have done? I'm like, well, my knee, when I was in college, I had some torn cartilage and they scoped my knee. And he goes, we don't do that anymore. And
Yeah.
he's like, they, like you said, it probably did more damage, you know, scoping my knee. He goes, he goes, what'd they do? Remove scar tissue and stuff? He goes, yeah. He goes, they basically just removed a whole bunch of shit that you're going to need, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, because I remember when I got my shoulder done. Now my shoulder was a different story. That was they opened me up and cut it into my collarbone out because I had impingement syndrome. Like all my bursa sac and my muscles were so inflamed from the constant contact. It was getting pinched under my collarbone, and I would and there's a ligament. Well, there's a supraspinatus. There's another ligament. Things kept getting jammed or pinched. I'd lose strength on my arm. It just was constant pain. They did that, and after I went through physical therapy, I never had another shoulder problem again. Even to this
Yeah.
day, like I wish I would have gotten the other shoulder done because I kind of ended up injuring that, just overcompensating. But ever since then, I mean, I'm 55. I got that shoulder injury. I got that surgery done when I was 20, and it's never given me another problem ever since then. My knee got scoped. It was same day surgery, and after physical therapy and everything, I still had knee issues.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm going through like so. Well, you know, when I fell at work the second time, I injured my shoulder a little bit. So luckily, we did some MRI or an MRI on that, and it showed a little bit of arthritis. And they're like, yeah, the fall just exacerbated, you know, what
Mhm.
you have going on. But they're like, yeah, there's nothing you can do. It's not that bad. It's like, yeah, you're just basically it's like you're getting old. You're a mechanic, and you know your shoulders are just kind of wearing out a little bit. But at least there's nothing bent or broken. And it's like if you can just muscle through the pain a little bit, I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad, you know. So that, you know, that case we closed out, like whatever,
Yeah.
it's done, you know. Nothing, you know, as long as nothing was, no surgery needed or anything else, I'm good with that.
That's the worst too. That's the worst news. Like when you go in, you're like, dude, just find something wrong. They're like, nah, you're just getting old.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
arthritis. You're like,
yeah,
come on, man. Nothing. Just you're getting old. That's not a good
yeah,
answer.
that's it, just getting old. And I was happy with that. I'm like, whatever, you know, you're getting old. It is what it is. So
Because I was talking to my uncle about this. I said, I said, I don't know. I kind of go back and forth with holding out for a knee replacement as long as I can. But then I'm like, wouldn't it make sense if I was able to get a replacement to get it done when you're young so you can recover faster? Because as you get older, recovery is just terrible. It's horrible. So wouldn't it be better to get it when you're younger than when you get older?
yeah,
And I don't think I'm at the point where I need a replacement, but I can probably see in a couple of years where the conversation is going to be like, okay, how bad's the pain? You have no more cartilage in your knee. The only options are these shots that they'll probably get denied, but they're not going to last you very long. Or we're going to have to do a complete knee replacement.
yeah. That's what I'll look at eventually, you know. But right now I wear a knee brace, you know, take some ibuprofen every now and then, and try and put that off as long as possible. If we can hold off a new knee for another 10 years, I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
You
you know,
know,
you're easily 50s, then that's, I'm kind of getting close to that myself
yeah.
now. In a
I just
couple
I
of
just I
years,
just wish
but
I just wish I could get back on I wish I could get back on the golf course. You know, that's the only thing, you know, and that's what, you know, I'm afraid of doing more damage, you know,
yeah,
to the knee, you know, because you know, and golf's a lot of knee. You see a lot of golfers with knee injuries, and that's one
hmm
thing. It's so I don't know. You know,
and
that's
back
one thing.
injuries too. You
Oh
don't
yeah, yeah.
fuck around with back injuries, man.
I know. I've thrown my back out on the golf course a few times in my life, not being able
hmm
to finish a game. Like, oh, you feel that twing coming on, and now I know. You know, that was back when I was younger. Now I'll feel that at work, and I'm like, oh, I'm done,
Yep,
going home, going to
yep,
the chiropractor because I know what's going to happen. You
yep.
know, and
You feel that little freaking twing. You feel like the freaking the first signs of the muscle spasm,
yeah,
and you're like, all right, man, I gotta back off because, like you said, when you're younger, you just keep going. And listen, I realize at my age with playing sports and everything else, I'm in pretty good shape. I could be in worse shape. And even one
yeah,
of my good buddies back home, um, he's been in concrete his whole life. He owns his own business. Well,
ugh,
he's gotten his hips replaced. He's gotten his shoulders replaced. He's going now for freaking his neck's all jacked up. He's hurting. You know, and all I know is that when for me when my knee pain was at its worst, um, ibuprofen didn't touch it.
yeah,
Tylenol, combination didn't touch it. I had to use naproxen to even dull the pain so I could sleep at night because it would keep me up at night. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I would just take ibuprofen, because and it hurt really, and it wasn't doing anything. But my mind was always like, well, it would probably hurt worse if I didn't take the ibuprofen. So I just
Yeah.
kept taking it. Then I had to back off because I was taking a lot of it.
Does cartilage heal? No, it does not.
No, once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things where you see some folks that they'll do stem cells,
Yeah.
to regenerate cartilage and stuff like that. But it's kind of like like Kevin said, you use it or lose it. One of those deals, man.
Yeah, yeah. I did the not the stem cells, but when they take the PRP, the plasma therapy, which was a multi-$1,000 therapy over a few months, and that didn't do anything for me, and it was and that's supposed to be like a miracle, procedure, and for me, it didn't do anything at all. So
I know that you get implants in there, and that mimic cartilage. And I'm sorry, once you start, once what you had that God gives you goes away, trying to replace it like that with cartilage, I don't think you're ever going to get a perfect fit. That's the reason why we replace the whole joint now. And
yeah,
they do. It's just that's tough. Stem cell research and stem cell therapy, that does. I mean, I don't have freaking Mel Gibson money, but when you read the stories and about the folks who can pay for that type of therapy, it does wonders. It really does.
Yeah. I mean, stem cells are the miracle cells of the body. They can become anything.
100%. I mean, and if it's especially when they process your own stem cells, I mean, it's there's always the big debate over stem cells from unborn children, et cetera, et cetera. But most of the advancements that are made with freaking adult stem cells. Your freaking
it's just
cells. It's not freaking going. We use those baby stem cell research. Well, the fetus's stem cells. No.
Over the last like 10 years, they have figured out how to convert, because any cell back into a stem cell. So but because like I said, for the longest time, there was no. I mean, we didn't know. I mean, that's why they were saving the cord and the cord blood forever, because they were stem cells forever, and those were yours. But now we don't need that, because we can convert, like I said, any cell into a stem cell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And you're 100% right. It's if you had the money. Because I remember Mel Gibson was on Joe Rogan. He was talking about his father and all the issues he was having, and then when they start going to stem cell research, or getting stem cells and kind of getting the stem cell treatment, it just really turned his whole life around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. I remember watching an article with a scientist. This is going back quite a few years now, and whatever institute he was at, and they were studying on stem cells, and the guy's father had lost a digit on his hand, and they want to know if because stem cells can grow to be a heart, a lung, a liver, a kidney. They're and he's wondering on digits, and they grew his father, one of his fingers, back, and where it looked just like the regular a finger. And what they were blown away with, which they never anticipated, it grew his original fingerprints back, from the missing finger, and it's been blown up from there. Like I said, people are just using it for everything, and eventually, that will come. You're in that field. That price will come down in 50 years to where you'll go to the doctor, and stem cell therapy will just be like going to your physical each year.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what ails you? We'll just grow that back, or we'll fix that.
Well, yeah, I mean, science is pretty amazing. I know that there's a lot of diseases out there, and we're still looking for cures and treatments. But even like we were talking about earlier, Joseph being a leukemia survivor, one of the therapies that they use in cancer, especially blood cancers, is CAR T cell therapy.
Yep.
And what they do is they'll extract T cells from your body, and then they introduce an inactive form of HIV virus that carry this new genetic material that they extracted from the T cells, because HIV is very effective at entering T cells, and inserting its genetic code, and then you reprogram your T cells, um, to battle the cancer. And then when your body starts replicating these reprogrammed T cells, they call them, killer cells, hunter killer cells, like freaking Terminators. They just
Yeah.
freaking go out, they freaking find a cancer and they kill it. And that's pretty effing amazing,
It is. I've been following a group of people, a group of scientists that have, because there was one guy a number of years ago in the UK, and come to find out after a bone marrow transplant or something, he's immune to HIV. Like he can't get it. And they're like,
Ooh.
what the hell? Like the first person ever that was known. And now they have like dozens of people worldwide, that they found are immune to HIV. Now they're trying to figure out, what they're carrying in their bone marrow,
Right.
that is battling this. And, they said, this very well could be, uh, the lead to the cure. Like HIV it just won't be a thing anymore. Oh, you have it. Oh, let's just give you this treatment, and then you're done.
Yeah.
It's
That's why they use viruses, because viruses are so
Yep.
invasive. They're invasive to your cells, your T cells in your body. I mean, you use a polio virus, a version of that, for immunotherapy for cancers as well. I mean, it's amazing how they could take these viruses and engineer them to do that. So when there's an outbreak of a virus, and they're like, hey, that was made in the laboratory, and people are like, no, it wasn't. You're like, are you kidding me? We have therapies that are saving lives that are re-engineered viruses. What do you think that someone's not going to be like, hey, I can re-engineer another virus and make it even worse and bad? So, if it can be turned into good, there's also some viruses that could be, altered and changed to be even more aggressive and worse.
Yeah.
Um,
There's more money in warfare making them bad versus making them good.
Yeah, you get some high fives and some and acknowledgement for for the CAR T therapy, but there's definitely more money in the bad component of it versus the good. But
Yeah.
it is amazing what they could do with with treatments nowadays. With cancer treatments, and also just all the different the different things that ail us. But at the end of the day, I mean, we talked about it before. It's, you talk about tobacco and all these other things we put in our body. It's like the worst that really causes a lot of issues with the different disease states and different therapeutic areas is sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar is just bad. It's not good.
Yeah, that's why so many countries are eliminating or curtailing. Like we talked about earlier, Australia. Huge tariffs or import duties on sugar. You can't. You want something sugary in Australia, you're going to pay out the ass for it. It's
Mhm.
like and then you got the whole debate of, oh, should the government be telling us what we can consume? Well, if you're relying on the government to pay for your health care or your treatment, yeah, maybe the
Yeah.
government can tell you that what you can buy and not buy if you're relying on them to pay for your treatment, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It's and I think you're gonna start seeing more and more of it now with insurance companies. You're seeing these folks that are, if you're a smoker, you smoke cigarettes, what have you, and they're like, you got to go into therapy. If you don't listen, you don't want to go into therapy. You get to the point where you are in need of medication because of years of smoking. It's not going to be covered, or you're going to be paying more out of your pocket for it, because it's like, listen, back when we had the conversation 10 years ago, And we had a conversation time and time again, and I offered this medication, this therapy, and you said no, no, no. Well, your decisions had led you to the point now that you need freaking oxygen, you need all these inhalers, and yeah, you don't want to pay for it because you passed up treatments that would have potentially not led you to this path, or it would have slowed down the progression, and it would be even years later.
Yeah.
And that's the bitch of it. It's yeah, we want to be able to do what we want to do, but there's always the byproduct of it. There's always the consequences, and sugar is one too that I know for me. I tried. It's Halloween now, so we got damn freaking candy all over the place, and I'm not a candy guy, but M&Ms, I'll fuck up M&Ms left and right. But I try and reduce the sugar intake because I'm not a big sugary person. Just not.
Yeah, I've cut way back. Usually, or sometimes I'll have a sugary snack before I go to bed. But it's not my downfall. If it's presented to me, I don't have the willpower to control myself. Like when someone like we got a really good customer, Patty. She comes in. She's an older lady. She knows I only eat. Not only, but I like Boston cream donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. Like those are my favorite. So when she brings her car in, she buys me 6, half a dozen. I eat all 6. Sometimes, like if Eric wants one, I'll give him 1 and I'll eat 5. But generally, usually I always eat 5, if not 6. I can't control myself. I eat all of them. And within 20 minutes, I'll eat 6 Boston cream donuts and just go about my day like nothing happened. So someone will bring cookies in. I'll eat 10. I can't eat 1 cookie. I have to have 10 of them.
So you said this before. How is it that you stay so thin?
Genetics, man.
Genetics, or is it
it's
the fact
just
that you're always on the go?
Nope, it's just genetics.
You have a family of skinny Shahans?
No, on my mom's side, yes. On my dad's side, my dad's family are big people. Everybody on my dad's side is like the smallest person is 6'1", 250 pounds. My dad couldn't play Pee Wee football because in the 5th grade he was 6 foot tall, weighed 200 pounds. My uncles were the same way. We're just.
But that's naturally big. That's not like That's different from saying I have a string of obesity in my family.
Oh no,
they're big people.
We just come from a farm family.
Yeah.
Everybody's just big people. They're just all big. When you got like my Uncle Mark, that's 6'5" and he weighs 350 pounds. That's not heavy for someone that big.
No.
So yeah. So but yeah, just genetics, man. That's all it is. And thankfully, because I could be every bit of 350 pounds without from the garbage that I consume.
Well, you mentioned that you like taking videos and pictures of the stuff that the crazy shit, drinking beefaroni with a straw, or eating some ridiculous freaking bunch of food. But most of the times you said you eat healthy. So what does eating healthy mean to Kevin Shahan?
Yeah, like tonight, Jessica made some fresh pasta. We had a grilled chicken on top of it, and then she made like a homemade spaghetti sauce, or like just a tomato sauce. Crush some tomatoes. So I had some fresh pasta, grilled chicken, and then maybe half a cup of sauce on top of it, and that was that was dinner. Lunch was like 4 slices of cheese, some like the block cheese, just cut it up, some pineapple, and an apple, and then 6 ounces or 8 ounces of cranberry juice.
What do you do for breakfast?
So, I don't, because I intermittent fast. So like on Sundays is my breakfast day. Like this Sunday, I had 4 pieces of French toast, 4 pieces of bacon, 2 hash browns, and 3 or 4 eggs. So my Sunday breakfast was probably 2,500 calories.
Yeah. Did you eat anything else the rest of the day?
No, I didn't eat anything else until like 5 o'clock that night for dinner.
Yeah.
So because I was full all day. But that's my Sundays. Usually I go to the bagel shop and I get a Taylor ham and cheese on a bagel, and that's usually my Sunday morning breakfast.
Yeah,
So.
I've been a little lax with my intermittent fasting. I've been intermittent with my fasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell off the wagon a little while ago with over my birthday when we went away. I came back, kind of got back into it, then I kind of fell back. So I waxed and waned, only picked up a couple of pounds, nothing real major. But tomorrow I gotta go. I get back. I still drink a lot of water throughout the day, and like Jen's dad brought bagels over last night, so I had to try some this morning, and it's like they're pretty decent. And for lunch, I just had some leftover. Oh no, actually for lunch, I don't know why I've been avoiding it for like months now, but we have this cup of oodles and noodles in the back. That's curry oodles and noodles.
Yeah.
So I made it because it just was only 340 calories, but probably got 8,000 million grams of sodium.
Yeah.
But it was really good because it's tasted. And for dinner, Jen last night made ham, potatoes, and green beans for dinner. We had over her dad and stepmom. So then my mom, whenever we had ham dinner, my mom would always make this simple. It wasn't even called a soup or a stew. We just called it green ham, green beans, and potatoes. And all she did was just take over the leftover ham, chop it up, put in the green beans, and then she would take potatoes and she'd boil them. She'd cut them up in cubes, throw them in, throw in some vegetable stock, a little bit, stock, and that was it. That's what Jen made tonight.
Yeah.
That's what I had a bowl of that for dinner, which was really good. And then she's going to make some split pea soup. I love me some split pea soup. This is soup weather. I can eat soup all the time. I like soup to begin with, but this is soup and stew weather for me.
Oh yeah,
very
Jessica,
important. Hold on, Kevin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, water with intermittent fasting. Very important.
Especially in the morning.
Yeah, and you got to get and they say electrolytes. You really need even if it's just sprinkling a little bit of salt in your water. Just not a lot. But they say you got to get those electrolytes are really important with intermittent fasting.
Yeah, when you start, like I was a big breakfast person, and I stopped eating breakfast altogether, and I stopped drinking coffee. I've been kind of drinking a cup of coffee a day in the morning, maybe a half a cup. And I realized that the drinking coffee, for some reason, my head stimulates hunger.
Yeah.
So I got to stop doing that. But in the mornings, I'd wake up. I probably would have, I don't know, about 4 or 5 of these before 10 o'clock. Especially when you first start off, because you get hungry, you drink water to kind of curb your hunger pains. But I drink a bunch of these throughout the day. But with intermittent fasting, in the evenings and the morning is really where I consume most of my water.
Yeah, and sugar is what kills an intermittent fast. So so a cup of coffee with a little bit of sugar, any little, as little as a teaspoon of sugar will kill it instantly stops your fast. So
I don't do sugar in my coffee. The M&Ms are the fucking killers.
Yeah, so that's the big killer of the intermittent fast is the sugar. Jessica says, I'm with dieting and the intermittent fasting, like I'm the perfect person because I'm compulsive. Everything becomes the same for me. Like I could literally drink the same thing every day, 7 days a week for the rest of my life. If you gave me one meal, I'm fine. My routine is the same. I wake up the same, everything. So for me, any kind of dieting or fasting, like that, just after a week, 7 days of doing anything, it can become a lifelong. It instantly becomes a lifelong habit that is almost impossible to break. Like it'll bother me, to break any type of habit. So, but yeah, so it's easy for me.
Using those obsessive powers for the forces of good.
Yeah, I know that. Jessica says the same thing. Like, yeah, why can't you be obsessive compulsive about other fucking things? It's just got to be everything else. I'm like, I don't fucking, I don't control how it works. It controls me. So
control how it works. See Jessica has the blueprint though. She needs to learn how to incorporate what she wants done in that blueprint and get you to do it on a regular basis for like 7 days and see if she can get you to do it without you knowing it. And then after 7 days, it's like,
yeah,
there he is.
My body's also not dumb. So but yeah, I love intermittent fasting. I don't miss breakfast during the week. I don't miss breakfast at all.
No, I don't either. You know what? It's I get in those modes where it like recently I start doing it again and it's that bad habit, like you said.
Yep.
It's like, good habit, bad habit. My bad habit now is like, okay, well, yeah, but what's a half a bagel gonna do? I'm like, well, it's gonna fucking crush my fucking. I'm not no longer intermittent fasting anymore. I have 3 meals a day. So it's just getting back on that horse again, and like you said, it's retraining the body. We've been doing a really good job of not keeping snacks in the house either, because outside of M&Ms, I try and avoid that. I do, man, but for some reason I've been getting a little bit of a sweet tooth lately. But it's always the salty stuff like the chips. Like if you put down a container of Oreos or a bag of freaking like kettle chips or a bag of Doritos, I'll go to the chips or Doritos. I'll leave those freaking Oreos sit. They'll get freaking old before I'll eat those Oreos if it's an option between that and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I've always been a carb and a salty person versus.
I've always been a chocolate person.
Yeah,
like my regular go-to snack is, maybe 6 ounces of salted peanuts, 2 or 3 ounces of dried cranberries, and then 2 or 3 ounces of chocolate chips. Like I buy like the Ghirardelli, like the 80%, 85% chocolate chips, and just do a couple ounces of those, and basically make my own trail mix.
Yeah.
And that's and that's my go-to snack.
Yeah, I'll make Jen gets me mixed nuts. That's what I have is my mixed nuts. Or then when I'm done, she'll get bags of different nuts, and I'll make my own mixed nut.
Yeah,
and every once in a while she's learned now, because for the longest time she'd be like, "I got you this new trail." I'm like, I don't like trail mix. I don't want.
Neither do I. I don't want the seeds.
I don't mind the seeds, but I don't want M&Ms in there. I don't want fucking cranberries. I don't want raisins. I want mixed nuts. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Hey, I got these new honey roasted nuts. I don't want honey roasted nuts.
No.
I want salted nuts. The only thing I will take, what I do like, is if there's like a smoked almond, something like that.
Yeah.
Smoked nuts. That's my thing.
I never sent you the I'm gonna make a note. Kerr nuts and cigars. I got those nuts in our last the Mexican snack crate that we got, and I ended up loving them so much I bought like a bunch of them on Amazon from that same company, the Japanese Mexican peanuts. They're like a peanut, and it's coated in like a flour that's also mixed with soy sauce. Oh my God, it's like crack, Kerr. It's you just consume them so much. So I'll get you a bag of those out.
Yeah,
but,
no, nuts and I think eating nuts and smoking cigars there's nothing better.
Oh yeah,
nothing better.
Yeah,
because you can
I get
because especially like if you eat, and what you do is if you sit down, you just eat a nut individually and kind of cleanse your palate. I did want to say salty nuts. It's instead of saying the salty balls or my sweaty balls.
Yeah.
When you pick up nutty flavor in a cigar and tobacco, eat some nuts, you'll be able to figure out what nut it is. Is it more heartier, like an almond, or like a cashew, like a little bit more oily, like cashew, or is it a little bit more, hearty, like an almond? And I think that they complement cigars really, really well. I mean, I love pistachios. This has almonds, cashews. I love cashews. I love walnuts too. Big fan of walnuts.
Nah, I only eat peanuts.
Nah, man.
Only eat the peanut.
Why?
That's the only peanut. It's the only nut I like.
You don't like almonds?
No, don't like
Why not?
almonds.
What is
Sometimes
it
I'll eat
on?
almonds if it's in chocolate. Because then it hides it, because then it's just the crunch. But
Hides it?
yeah, I really don't. I mean, I'll eat almonds, but I'm not a fan of almonds.
No,
I hate walnuts. I hate the taste of a walnut.
really?
Yeah,
No walnut?
no, don't like. My dad used to eat as a kid. Was it the Brazil nuts? Is that what
Brazil
we're
nut,
calling
yeah.
them? Is that what we're calling them now? Because we can't call
Yeah.
them the other name. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to eat those a ton of those.
I can give or take Brazil nuts,
Yeah.
but yeah, you get like macadamias,
Yeah.
almonds, like the walnuts are it's a very mild peanut.
Yeah. Yeah.
The nut, like the actual peanut, like that's got a great flavor to it. But yeah, walnuts are very mild.
Peanuts are a legume. You're correct.
Well, legume.
I used to make my dad all the time. I would take a pan and fill it with walnuts and butter and cayenne pepper, and then just roast them in a pan and coat everything. And oh god, he used to eat those by the panful. He loved those, and they were, I don't know. I never ate one, so
I'll sit down and I would sit down with your dad and freaking eat a bucket of those before you would reach for a chocolate bar.
Yeah,
down here, boiled peanut. Do you get boiled peanuts down in your area?
I've never had a boiled peanut. They look disgusting and they smell bad.
They do look bad. They do smell bad. And the first time I saw one, it frightened me. I thought it was an old freaking food in a refrigerator. But when you eat them, they're pretty damn good.
Yeah,
they're pretty damn good. Now, you will make sure all jewelry, rings, freaking watches, everything is off your body because you will swell up like a freaking balloon animal.
Oh, will you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God dang, they are so good. They have them here.
I see them every now and then, regular and spicy or regular and Cajun. I always see them.
Yeah, you roll into like a football game or a sporting event,
Yeah,
game. It's like,
the cups of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, normally where you get French fries or popcorn or chips, they're like, yeah, we got boiled peanuts here. But yeah, if you can get them in cans, that's really the fresh ones that you can get that are made like when you're driving down through and you see like a hut making them. Yeah. Those are good, but when you get them in a can, boy, those are the ones that you'll fucking swell up. God almighty, you need a diuretic after you freaking eat those.
Speaking of snacks, anybody in the South here that has a Publix, they have a Nani's biscotti, buy one get one free at Publix this week. I bought 12 boxes of the espresso. Now that 12 boxes will last me a few months. I have one every day after dinner, so I eat one a day. That's all I ever eat.
Do you dip it in something?
No, I just eat it. After just. Because it's espresso and it's got chocolate and it's so good. So I just I don't dip. I just eat it. Every now and then I'll have one with my my peanut my mix at the end of the night. And I'll dip it in my milk. But
I've never been a biscotti fan ever. It's just to me it just tastes like dried, cracked up freaking.
I was never a biscotti fan either until I found Nani's.
So you got Nani's.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Where's my pen? I'm gonna include some Nani's in your.
We'll have to see.
in your pack.
Then dad and stepmom are always like, "We got this biscotti." I'm like, I can't tell you enough times. I don't like biscotti.
I've had like
because eat it with drink it in coffee, dip in their coffee, and love it. I'm like, no, man. It's like it's just
because all the biscotti I ever had was always almond biscotti. And it was hard. It was tasteless. I'm like, why would you eat this? But then the Nani, it's got the chocolate bottom on it. So it's probably just the chocolate is what I love.
And it's hard as hell too, man. You'll crack a tooth on some of those. Biscottis. I mean, there's no way. It's not even enjoyable. But I've never been a fan of that. Anything that you got to dip and soak in hot fluid in order to soften it up.
Yeah.
That's like, no, I'm good. I think I'll just stick to my coffee without a freaking, basically an almond flavored rock in the shape of a freaking, penis is all they are.
Yeah.
And yes, I want to say penis too.
Yeah.
Along with salty nuts.
Well, I think that's a good stopping point for for tonight. We want to thank everybody for coming on and hanging out with us for the another Monday night. We'll be back again next week. Make sure vsrcigarfam.com. Get over there and get get in on the Ashes to Africa giveaway, and it'll be fun. Like I said, November. We got not even a month. We got
not even a month.
Few weeks.
Yeah,
not even a month,
man. And it's like I said, it's there's tiering to get tickets, and there's a lot of great things, a lot of good opportunities, man.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. We'll see everybody next week.
We'll see you. Reggae.
Welcome to the Puff and Ponder podcast, where conversations ignite. Yes, Kevin and her. Grab your seat, light it up, let's unwind. Kevin and Kerr with stories and